Welcome back for the Raw Vegan Common Struggles video playlist number 10, which I will link this playlist series in the description box below, as well as the link to the Raw Vegan Bundle. Raw Vegan Bundle only comes around once a year, and it's here for just 2 more days, right? Just 2 more days, and then it's gone forever. If you have purchased a bundle in the past, everything in this particular bundle is completely different, so you don't have anything in your other bundles if you have purchased them in the past in this particular bundle. Everything is brand new, right? So I've got my Raw Vegan Kitchen Essentials course in there going over the different tools that we use in the kitchen, stuff that has really been handy for us and helpful and game-changing for us in a lot of ways. I put and broke that down into different modules so you know how to set yourself up with a Raw Vegan Kitchen, as well as Lissa's got her brand new hand salad book in this bundle, which is so good. Oh my gosh, these hand salads have been so amazing, so delicious. So I mean, realistically, there's probably like there's definitely 3 or 4 different items in this bundle that I would have no problem shelling out $50 for. The bundle's $50. It's over $1,700 worth of value. So if you were to buy everything individually, it'd be over $1,700 worth. And there's 35 different people contributing to this one. And there's also a collaboration book, appetizer book in there where there's people who, have put together some of their favorite appetizer recipes, raw vegan style. So that's a really cool book. It's exclusive only to this bundle. So be sure to check that out before it's gone. I'll link that below as well. And let's get into this video. Welcome back to Recalibrate with Nate. And in this video, I wanted to talk about perfectionism. So this is something that over the years, I've seen people struggle with, and I myself at times have struggled with these sorts of concepts as well. Being perfect, wanting to do it perfectly, not wanting to mess up. So perfectionism and trying to be perfect can definitely be a common struggle in so many ways. So of course, the best thing, in my particular opinion, would be self-love. And that's why I really try to put that in all of my posts that I ever make on Instagram at the end is like, love you, because you are another version of me. And that's the way that I picture it. And to love yourself, right? To love yourself. Loving yourself is so important. Self-love is super huge, and it can be kind of cliche sometimes in certain conversations, but that's really important. Just love yourself the way you are right now. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but chasing perfection is something that can really be detrimental in certain ways because we can stress ourselves out, and really there's no such thing as perfection, because as soon as you reach that point, you're going to have a different point of perfection that you're trying to reach. So that's really something to keep in mind. So another thing to keep in mind would be, don't compare yourself to other people, right? This can be really tricky and easy to do in this day and age because of how we're inundated with so much information and so many different people on social media and all these kinds of amazing people living amazing lives. And we can easily compare ourselves to other people. And you know how the saying goes, like, comparison is the thief of joy. Another thing to do would be to get inspired. Right? Just get inspired. And that's where social media can really help in a lot of ways. When we don't compare and we're not trying to be perfect, we're using it for inspiration. We're using it for motivation possibly, right? Like, ooh, that's really inspiring. Okay, that's going to motivate me. I'm going to invest in this particular thing, and I'm going to start doing the particular thing that I'm needing to do, right? So that could be like buying a blender. If you don't have a high-speed quality blender, that's a pretty big purchase. And to get inspired, get the Raw Vegan Bundle, get the different recipes that you want to make, and reach for it, right? But it's not like you're trying to chase any perfectionism. You're just doing the best you can by being inspired. And that kind of leads me into my next point, which be, sometimes there's people that inspire us in certain ways, but maybe not in other ways. And so you just take what resonates with you and leave the rest, right? Like, that's just how it works. I like to do what Bruce Lee did, which was take his favorite moves from all the different martial artists, and he would combine them and make his own, right? And I kind of like that aspect when it comes down to this way of life, living on a raw vegan diet. I I resonate with a lot of people's perspectives in certain ways, but then there's other perspectives that those same individuals have that just don't really jive with me. So I take what resonates and I just leave the rest. Now, another thing that would be good to do, and I've mentioned this a few times throughout this playlist series, is to get a gut test. I'll link it below, Ombre Lab. Get a gut test and see where you're at right now, because you might find like, wow, I'm doing actually really, really well with my microbiome diversity score, and I can see how I can improve it a couple different ways. And that's really what it is. It's just the constant movement towards improvement. And definitely release the label. It can be tricky. Like sometimes I can kind of struggle with the idea of labeling myself, right? Certain labels that I might carry. So if we can release the label, sometimes that right there is alone can bring us a lot of freedom and help us feel a lot lighter. And another thing would be asking yourself, why raw? Why do you want to eat raw foods? Not everybody has the access or ability to make these choices. But if you have the ability to make these choices, it can be really beneficial in a lot of ways just to incorporate more fresh fruits and vegetables into your day-to-day life, right? It's all about perspective. Perspective is the mindset shift. Once you have that perspective, you've shifted your mindset, you have your why. Why do you want to do this? Oh yeah, it's gonna make me feel really good and I'm gonna have a better quality of life. Right? That shifts your perspective of what you're doing, your mindset shifts, and you're gonna make it happen. So that's the biggest thing. There's no need to necessarily beat yourself up because you're not perfect. It's definitely, it's important in a lot of ways to strive for perfection, not comparing ourselves to others, working with where we're at, and taking it day at a time, just doing right by ourselves. That's the biggest thing. Of course, that's better than beating ourselves up like, I can't be perfect, I can't even do this because I can't do it perfectly. I can't do it the way that so-and-so is saying that I should do it, or the way that I'm watching so-and-so do it. Just do what you can do. Really, what it's all about is it's just all about eating more fresh fruits and vegetables. That's really what raw food, I feel like, is all about. Of course, what certain creators like Lissa and I, we're foodies. We really love to create different recipes, and we like to have different textures and different tastes. So we really enjoy food, and that's, it's fun to enjoy food in its raw, natural state. And that's what I love about raw foods. It's, you're thinking out of the box. How can I make this taste somewhat like an Italian dish, but without having the cheese and the pasta and the meat, So it can be a lot of fun. That's what I've got for you on perfection. It's a couple tidbits, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got something out of it. Leave me a comment below. What do you struggle with? And, or how do you deal with this particular mindset? And, very possibly it could help someone else who's reading the comments. We can all learn from each other, right? So be sure to click the subscribe button if you feel compelled to do so. Make sure you like the video. It definitely helps the channel. And be sure to check out the Raw Vegan bundle before it is gone. Only a couple days left and it's gone forever. You don't want to miss it. At least click the link down below and see what's inside. And we will see you on the next one. Love you.